All right, quick update. I wanted to actually log into my FTM. Oh, sorry, FTM. Oh, jeez, my FTMO account. Um, just because this is basically what I've been doing for the last couple months. So I haven't traded my own personal account in the last couple months because I was just like, kind of over it, and I knew I didn't have time basically because I was doing a lot of stuff around the house and working, and between work and working at the job and working at the house, I was kind of like, I'm not going to trade anything and mess up any money or anything like that because I just didn't have time to concentrate on it. Well, long story short, you know, I'm sure on one of my last videos I was talking about how I was kind of upset one day at work because they were basically harassing me. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and do what I gotta do. Um, just to see if I can build my own world or my own life or whatever I got to do for myself so I can make sure I can feed myself if anything happens because I didn't want to be reliant on anybody else to pay my bills. I wanted to be able to pay my own bills, not have anybody tell me that I did a bad job. And I know that, you know 9 times out of 10 I don't do bad jobs. So it was more so about me and my family and trying to take care of them and not relying on anybody because at the end of the day, um, bills got to be paid. You need a roof to live in and stuff like that. So I decided to come on home and basically, um, just I was frustrated at the time. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come on home and take this test and see how I do. And I worked around the house like I normally would, but I was still focused on the charts. I wasn't as focused as much as I am now on the charts because now it's pretty much on a whole nother level because I know I need this to survive. Um, but before I was, kind of focused on the charts, trying to make sure, I didn't trade while I was at work or anything like that, or not trade while I was at work, but have any open trades while I was at work. Because you don't want to be working and checking your phone every 5 minutes or anything like that. I highly, highly, highly don't suggest that. Don't have a trade open while you're at work. I know that there's a lot of people that say that they do it, but don't do it as a new trader. And this video is for new traders because I know that you guys out there that are professional traders have a lot more experience than me. You know a whole lot more than me, but this is just me saying, hey man, I'm just out here trying. And I tried to learn a new skill, a new talent, so I'm putting it to work. And I just wanted to show you like how I did so far on my test. Now, unfortunately, I did not pass the test, but at the same time, it was an amazing lesson, an amazing just experience to know. Well, man, you was this close, and you were doing it with a full-time job. You were doing it while having a kid, while having two dogs running around the house, while working on the house, while being on call, while doing everything around you. You sat down a couple minutes every day, and you was like, well, not every day because basically, like I said, running a life, in a household is very time consuming. So I burnt a lot of hours from like, after work just sleeping in the office, like grabbing a blanket, wrapping up, got my hoodie on, just sitting here at the charts, just trying to get what I needed to get done. But long story short, I just wanted to show you the results of what I did during that 30-day window, which I didn't even realize was actually 30 calendar days and not just 30 trading days, because I thought there was a difference between the two based on the way that the metrics breaks down. But I'm sure I'm going to show you that in a second. But this is just my personal view on how I saw the markets and basically how I traded that account in order for them to even send me another account in order to try to take the test again, because obviously I passed the rules in order to get them to send me another account. So we're gonna try it again, but this time luckily I got a lot of time on my hand. Well, not a lot of time, but I got a little bit more time than I usually would have, being that I don't have a job right now. So I might be able to pass the test within the 60-day window, being, hey, get the first 10% within 30 days and then go ahead and move on to phase two. And I believe it's 5% within 30 days. So if I can get 10% within 30 days and then another 5% and do that within 60 days, then I'll have that challenge pass, and that will stabilize my income until I can go and take another test and, basically just keep on trying. And I'm not sure how they do like the um how they do, what is it I'm thinking, shoot. Okay, so as you can see, this is my FTMO challenge account. This is the one that says repeat, so that was the one that I took. At the balance, you can see that each account has $10,000 in it. And this is the account that I actually took. So let's go to the metrics. All right, so being that, I was basically just starting off trading again, because, I haven't traded in a long time, so I had to get over that fear of missing out, that pressing the button that every trader should have, because you don't want to lose money at all. So and you're losing money even if you called the trade right and you like, dang man, I my stop loss was too tight, or my trail stop was too tight, or whatever it is. I'm sorry, my stop loss is too tight, basically. Or that trade ran away from me like it's normally supposed to do, because anybody that trades know that you can press the button and then 2 seconds later it's going the opposite direction. So anyway, I'm just showing my results. So let's see, day one, I had, day one I ended up with $9.80. Day two, $26. Day three, $38. Day four, I fell cleanly off of a cliff. I went down $235 in my account. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead and skip to day 13. Lucky number 13, of course. And I was down $212 in my account. And as time went on, I just started finally getting, back on my, back on my game, because, it's been a while for me pressing the button. So it took about, how many days was that? All on the same day. So basically on the same day, I didn't even realize that this is the amount of trades at the bottom. But long story short, this is the progression of trades, number of trades as I went on. It just progressively got worse. Progressively got better as far as the balance. Sorry about that. That was my son. He likes playing around. But long story short, as time went on, of course, I started off pretty good. Then I took a massive hit. Kept on trying.
Massive hit?
Yeah, but a massive hit. And then eventually, I started getting my bearings and started taking it on top. So let's look at minimum day of trading, which was 15 for me, because like I said, I really wasn't into it like I could have been into it, because I had a lot going on at work. And if your mind's not there, don't trade. It's just best not to trade. So in 15 days, the max loss I took was $394. And then, max daily loss is $394. The max loss was $348. My target was $1,000, and I made $773. So long story short, I know I would have passed this test if I wasn't, basically tormented for a while. And yeah, I would have had my mind in the game, but I can't blame anybody else on that except for myself. So that's what you call psychology, people. You see pass, 3 out of 4, which is basically 3 out of 4, which is basically 75%. So I was close. Average profit was $15.71, which I know wasn't a lot, but if you look at my lot sizes, they weren't that like crazy high. I kind of kept it moderate just so I would make sure that that I kept things pretty stable. Let's see. Average risk to return is 0.51. Number of trades is 85. Average loss was negative $31, which was pretty bad. 10 lots. I'm not sure what that really means. I guess that's the amount of lots that I use. So I guess a $10 lot size throughout the whole journey on this test. Um, so my win ratio was 85.88%. Profit factor was 3.0. So I guess I did pretty good. These are all my trades right here. And as you can see, I've been selling Bitcoin because that's the only pair that I actually play with is Bitcoin. I don't know why. It just looks better in my eyes. It's more, I guess it just moves the way that my eyes like to move. So it's just better for me overall. So yeah, I was selling Bitcoin all these days. Um, as you can see, most of my entries were at nighttime. And I'm not going to lie, the later at night that I put in the entry, it seemed like the better profit that I had, especially when I was completely in trend or at like C list, 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, 8 or 9 o'clock at night, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Um, Not sure. One was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's kind of weird, but whatever. Must have been a day that I was off. Um, but as you can see, most of the time that I started trading was at night. I don't know why, but nighttime, 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning seems to be that time for me. So hopefully, the next time I take this test, again, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Shoot, 12 o'clock in the morning. I went backwards. Sorry, guys. Go back to that. But as you can see, the pages go on and on. I took a bunch of trades, took some losses, mostly green, took some losses. Let's see, we'll go to page 3. Oh, I did a buy. Look at that. I did a buy right there. I did a buy on Bitcoin. So I did a reversal trend and I made money. Look at me. Look at me. Reversals and made money. I think that was the day that I was actually expecting a rising wedge to form. If you was looking at the 4 hour when I was taking this test, because the date's up here or whatever. But if you look at the 4 hour when I was taking this test, it was real funny because I was watching a bunch of people on YouTube talking about um, that they were making so much money on buying Bitcoin, and I'm just like, well, why are you not in trend? Because you wouldn't be buying in a market that's supposed to be selling, and the only reason that the market is supposed to be selling is because of the Federal Reserve. Um, the Federal Reserve said we're gonna take the money from the people. So at the end of the day, you can't fight the Fed. And this is a big loss right here that I should not have talked and I should not have taken, and I was so upset. $273 for no reason. Oh well. But yeah, it seems like the market seemed to move in the middle of the night. So 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, even in the morning, early morning, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Just look for structure around that time in order to take advantage of the situation. So you can see that I made $722 on selling, $51 on buying the market, and that was in reversal trends. You can see over here, open per hour, open time. I'm not really sure. Open. Oh, okay. So it shows how many hours that the trade was open and how much money I made. So on this one, it shows that I had a trade open for 5 hours, made $270. Another trade open for 20 hours, made $193. Another trade open for just an hour, lost $192, and I probably should have won that, but it's all good. Because this is a living, learning experience. And I'm just here to have fun and hopefully not do nothing crazy. But as you can see, over time, I try to get my time down in the open trades. So that's what I was focusing on was entry. So the better that you get your entry, the less time that you have to spend in trades to almost none time to almost no time. So, and I also didn't collect as huge profits, but I didn't have as huge lot sizes open either because again, my mind was not in the game. Um, Oh, so this one goes off of the time of the entries. I don't know how this chart works. But anyway, you see what I was doing here. And you see basically that, again, I would have passed my test if I wasn't so distracted. But it's all good, man, because luckily they gave me another attempt. So hopefully I'm going to start that up very soon, probably in the next couple days, because we got a new calendar month coming up. So charts are probably gonna go all screwy for a second until people figure out, oh well, we're still selling the market. We're still selling it, guys. We're still selling it. We're gonna be selling it for until the Fed is like, oh well, inflation is gone. And in case you guys didn't know, they released a chart the other day, and that thing looked pretty interesting. So we'll go back over here real quick. So just quick update. I was expecting this to go up here somewhere. It moved up a little bit, but not as much as I wanted it to. Still not very structural wise looking good for a sell, because if you look at this chart, it looks pretty bearish, but if you look at this chart, it looks pretty bullish just based on the last candle close being so high, and this one's just above it just a little bit. So I'm thinking that it still might continue up, and either way, I'm still not willing to risk it until I see some bearish action or price action, I guess. Um, so I'm just not willing to risk it, even though I'm sure it's still bearish. But I want a better position than that, because it's just, it doesn't look like a top, it looks like a bottom to me. And of course, all the charts are showing it as being a bottom. So I'm going to say that's a bottom, and I ain't going to go into the uptrend right now, because basically it's all about making money. So I don't really care about, even though I got time to sit here, I'm not willing to risk anything. I got to make this money. So even if I wanted to put in a sell, I would rather put in a sell right here than a buy. So yeah, just explaining what I'm thinking in the market right now. And just wanted to give a good update on the FTMO challenge, because yeah, I think I'm pretty proud of myself as far as I could, being that the restraints that I was under. Um, so yeah, I think I did pretty well, and we're gonna have to try this again, and we'll bang it out next time, God willing. You know, anybody have any questions or anything that they want to talk about, please comment, like, subscribe to the video, and till next time, be prosperous and stay peaceful, or be peaceful and stay prosperous, whatever it is. But either way, have both of those. Take it easy.